Greetings, Commanders. Welcome to Ranger Fleet Headquarters. I'm Commander Viper. Today, we're going to be going through some of the features that are in INARA. As you know, engineering takes your ships to a whole different level, and in most cases, it's very important to engineer some, if not all, portions of your ships to make them more effective in the game. So currently on INARA, there is an amazing feature to be able to keep up with the blueprints and what mats are required to conduct whichever upgrades or experimentation, for instance, like the experimental effects or whatever you need to do. So where we go from here, once you get to your main page and you're in the game, basically in and logged in and registered on INARA, you will have access to all your personal information. Once it's all caught up, maybe if you're new, it takes a couple days for everything to catch up. And of course, if you're just starting, it's going to take you a while to get some mats collected. Now, in the meantime, let's say you've been in here a while, you're all caught up, you're registered, verified, all your assets and everything are logged correctly in here. At that point, you can come in here and do this. So what we're talking about right now is blueprints for engineering, right? So you have a button here called crafting list. If you click on that, it's going to bring you to this page here. You can basically see what you need for anything from ship blueprints to personal equipment, FPS equipment, to synthesizing on the go, whether it's limpets, heat sinks, whatever have you, to tech broker requirements, whether it's human or guardian, and also it'll give you a list of missing components if you have one selected, what you need to get for that particular blueprint. So we're going to start with a basic blueprint, something that's very common and is pretty necessary if you're going to be playing the game for any amount of time. So here you can add a custom blueprint name. We can just name it, at this point, FSD, and then we're going to go here and we're going to scroll down until we see the frameshift drive. Increased range is probably the premier choice for blueprinting in FSD. You can do some other ones depending on what you want to do with that ship, but for the most part, everybody is going to do increased range. So we're going to go ahead and select that. Experimental effect combination with this is mass manager always. So that is the overall blueprint we're looking to make. Okay. And then we're going to add this. Now, once we add it, it's going to populate everything here. It's going to tell you on the right side exactly what mats you need and how many of each. So as you can see, I'm zeroed out here. It's all blue because I have everything required to take an FSD from grade 1 to grade 5 and add mass manager. Now, if you're missing components, these would populate in red and tell you how much you're missing. So let's see if I can find something of that nature. So I have kill warrant scanner wide angle. You can't put any experimental effect on stuff like this. And let's go ahead and add this and see what it says. There we go. So this is what it takes. As you can see, I am lacking the classified scan fragment. I need 7 of these exactly to do just this. So it does tell you what you're missing and how many and what you're going to need. Now, once you, let's say, do this and you have some stuff built up, if you go to missing components, it'll actually tell you what missing components you have, okay, or need. So you need 7 of the classified scan database. There you go. So now the cool thing is it also shows you trading ability. So you can trade divergence scan data for classified scan, which this is showing me what I have, and come get your 7 and be done with it and go to the trader and make it happen. So it shows you what you need. It shows you trading options that are available to you immediately, meaning you have these in your storage, and you can do this right off the bat. So that's pretty darn cool. How about we go to something else? Personal equipment. Okay, so let's say we want to check out what it would take to do something that, something new. And let's go for something a little bit out of whack. Let's call it a Manicore Tormentor. Okay, this thing is kind of a hand cannon, and it's interesting, but it's slow firing or whatever. So what are some modifications you want to do? Well, it's very short range, so the first thing I say we'd want to do is do a greater range increase. Second thing for sure is a magazine size and reload speed right off the bat. That leaves one more option. So I would say higher accuracy on this one is a must, just because of what it is and how it shoots. So there's 4 mods you can do to this once you get to grade 5. We're going to add that. So here is the list of everything you're going to need to do all of this, to get this to grade 5 and modify these 4 engineering blueprints onto the weapon. As you can see, I have a lot of red. Okay, there's a lot of red. And everything in blue, again, is things that I have. It's not a big deal. Now, here's another little factor to tell me. Now, as you see here, like manufacturing instructions, weapon schematics, this is like most of this is considered data to a point, except for like ionized gas, of course. That's going to be an actual physical item that you can pick up out of lockers or whatever have you, and available in missions as well. But everything here, where you see a green icon next to it, means all this stuff is tradable at a bartender at any given starport, outpost, planetary port, etc. You can trade all this stuff at those locations. Sometimes carriers will have these available. They might have like something very rare, for instance, or very high demand, like weapon components. These are high demand items. They might have 100 of them for sale or something. And of course, you're going to be asking a premium on a carrier. But this is basically what it looks like. So even FPS equipment, again, you can do this very easily. And of course, Tech Broker is the same thing. If you wanted to see what it would take to get a Guardian FSD booster, which of course is a very common thing, and one of the best things to get, actually, here's the requirements for the Guardian equipment. So everything here, these are 3 Guardian mats you would have to pick up at a specific module Guardian site. You have module, weapons, etc. These 3 items would be picked up from the Guardian site. Focus crystals is a regular engineering material, which I have a ton of. These are real easy to get. If you run some missions, a lot of these missions will drop exquisite focus crystals. You can easily trade across for all this with just a few of those. And then the HN shock mount is a commodity. So after you get done and you have all this satisfied right here, you would have a ship that has a cargo rack with at least 8 tons available in it. Go to INARA and locate where you can find 8 HN shock mounts. Now, to me, this is actually found easier on EDDB in my book to a point, but let's pull it up and see what we got. All right, so right here, it shows me several places near me at this current location where they have them and how much, how far away, etc., etc. So it has all the information about that. And so you could go to this system right here and go to like Velbin City, which is a large starport, and purchase your 8 shock mounts, then go to the nearest tech broker and unlock them. It's that easy. So as you can see here, this actually does it for you in this instance, because It's already populated in here. And you're good to go. So now if you go back here to missing components, you'll see we have a whole new list in here covering everything we're missing for all the different blueprints that we just added in there. Again, everything here that's got these little green icons like this means they can be traded at a bartender. Okay, so microhydraulics, microelectrodes, and electromagnets and electrofuse are all tradable. Okay, if you have the items to trade. There you go. So that is going to be here for you to use, and even if you leave and then you come back the next day and you kind of want to say, okay, where was I at? What do I have? Where am I sitting? You go back to your crafting list and they'll all be sitting there for you. So pretty cool. I think it's an amazing feature, and I hope this little video benefits everybody and helps you out. Thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe. Remember, Rangers lead the way.